STAR method is the structure to answer interviewers' questions to make it well organized and understandable. STAR method consists of situation, task, action, and result. Good morning, Miss Michelle, and how are you today?
Good morning, I'm great.
All right, thank you so much for coming for the interview for today. So I have received and reviewed all of your application, and therefore I would like to ask several questions about you. All right, shall we start?
Yes, of course.
All right, so Miss Michelle, before we start the interview, I would like to know a little details about you. So can you please tell me a little bit about yourself?
Yes, of course. Okay, my name is Michelle Mariantuna. I am 20 years old. I am the first graduate of Podomoro University. And actually, I have to experience as an intern. My first internship was in 5-star resort hotel in Bali. I was responsible in the pastry department, and the second one internship was in a 5-star city hotel in Jakarta, and I was working as a pastry department manager trainee. People told me that I am a humble person, and I like to meet new people and building connection, and that's it. That's why I want to join your company. That's all about me. Thank
All right,
you.
thank you so much, and that's really interesting from you. All right, so I have seen that you actually applied for the pastry department. So, do you have any specialty for the pastry department or in any expertise in the particular area? Can you please tell me about that?
Yes, actually, in my previous experience, I handle a lot area of pastry department, starting from bread section, cake section, fruit section, chocolatery, and omelette section. But my specialty in pastry department is garnishing and dessert. I was believed by my executive chef to handle those two departments by myself. I think that's my strong point to apply this position.
All right, that's really amazing. All right, so the first question is what makes you interested to join our company?
Yeah, I'm interested in your company because I hear that your hotel is the most 5-star hotel in here, and I get to know your rating in Traveloka, and that's great. I also read the reviews for the guests, and it's amazing. And I know more about I want to know more about the culture of this hotel. And already read your company mission and vision, and after finding out the more information about this hotel on social media, I clearly see how my goals align with this company.
All right, that's really impressive. And also, what position you were in the previous company and your job description?
Yeah, in my previous company, I work in pastry department, and I prepare all the bread, cakes, and such as pancake, assorted bread, and I also check all the bread arranged well and ready to be served for the guests. I also ever work in hot kitchen and prepare all the ingredients for the chef. In my previous company, I work in pastry department, and I prepare all the bread such as pancakes, croissant, assorted bread, and I check all the breads arranged well and ready to be served for the guests. And I also ever work in hot kitchen, and I prepare all the ingredients for the chef, and I also made some dishes.
Right. So, in your previous company, have you ever found yourself in a challenging situation, and what did you do to solve that problem?
Yes, when the occupancy of the hotel is quite very high, and I got a lot of order both in the restaurant and the room service, and at that moment I have allergy with my hands and really disturb my jobs, and I feel difficult to work, and I have to grab anything carefully, and but I have to still responsible with my jobs. And till it finished, I had to keep myself clean by wearing hand glove, but in the end, it's run well.
All right, that's really good for you to find a solution for the problem. Next, of course, I'm sure we all have ever made a mistake before. And so, about you, have you ever made a mistake and how did you solve it?
Yes, when I was called by my executive chef in an urgent situation, and I go to help him quickly and forget about my jobs at that moment. At that time, I was cutting all the ingredients that I will be used tomorrow. And after I help him, and he said that, okay, all done, you may go home. But when I'm on my way, I forgot about my jobs that still left on the table with the wrapping. And at 30 minutes after that, I have a notification on my kitchen group that my senior take a picture of my jobs, and I really shocked. I back to the hotel and asked for the apologize and promise that it will never happen again.
Alright, so that's good for you to be responsible. And next, I know when we are working with our colleague, conflict might happen. So, have you ever had a conflict with your team, and what did you do to solve it?
Yes, I have a problem with my intern partner. She's a moody person. When she's doing her job, I solve her in difficulties and try to figure out and try to help her. But she look like, yeah, I don't care. I don't need your help. You may go home. Thanks. Yeah, and then tomorrow morning she treat me like differently, not as a usual partner. And yeah, even though I still didn't know what my fault with her, and even though she treat me that way, I still be nice to her and focus on my job. So I forget all my personal problem in hotel because it may be have a bad impact to my guests also.
Alright, excellent. So that's all for the question for today. So do you have any question about our hotel?
Yes, I actually have prepared several questions for you, but firstly, I'm so curious about the logo of this hotel and why the logo of this hotel is butterfly.
Alright, so it is actually a good question from you. Actually, the logo of the butterfly, comes from a tagline which is La Maison des Papillons. It is actually comes from French language, and in English, it is actually the houses of butterflies. So, as you know, butterfly is an insect which was born not into a butterfly, but it was born starting from a worm. So the worm itself is a symbol of hardworking and disciplinity, and he tries his best, and then he transforms into a butterfly, it is actually very beautiful, and everyone likes the butterfly, and the pattern of the butterfly in the body looks very beautiful, and everyone likes it. So in the hospitality, it is actually a symbol of how a hardworking person can actually transform into something which is very amazing, and it's named into the butterfly. That's the reason why our hotel logo is the butterfly.
Oh, okay, so very interesting.
Yes.
All right. Also, I want to know about the career development in this hotel. But what is the approximate number of salary that I will get, and then how is the career development of this hotel works?
All right. So actually, I would like to tell you first. Our hotel really promotes the career development of each of our employees. So the first one, as I have seen your CV before, you have 2 experiences in the training, but because you are a fresh graduate, so firstly we have to apply the probation period. So in this probation period, we are going to see how you work and your performances, and then the salary that you will take home during the probation period will be around in the minimum wage of Jakarta, which is currently around 4.2 million rupiah. But after you finish the probation period and you can continue into your staff level, you will get the minimum wage of Jakarta, including the service charge. So, and it's also you are going to get the benefits such as annual leave, sick leave, and you will also get the transportation, and you will get meals in the hotel, and you will also get the insurance from the hotel. And then for the career development, we are going to renew your contract every 1 year. So if you have a very extraordinary performance, we can actually promote you into the next level, in which, because you are applying for the pastry department, in the next level you can enter the CDP of the pastry department. I think that's all for the development. Is there anything else?
No, I hope we can work together as a teamwork with the other staff and join your company as soon as possible.
Alright, thank you so much for your time, and that's all for the interview. And I hope you can also join our company. Alright, thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, Edwin. How's your day?
Yes, I'm really great today.
So I have a little interview with you. Can we start?
Sure.
So before we start the interview, I want to know about yourself, and would you like to tell me about yourself first?
Sure, of course. So my name is Edwin Hartanto Wijaya. I'm currently 21 years old, and I'm a fresh graduate of Podomoro University, and I'm majoring in hotel management. So I have two experiences as an intern for my internship in two hotels. The first one is in a 5-star resort hotel in Bintan. So I was working in the reception department, and I was handling a lot of guests in the companion, which is actually similar to guest relation officer department. And for my second internship, I was having an internship in a 5-star hotel in Japan, and it is actually in the same position as the first internship. I was having my intern in the butler department, and people told me that I'm a hard worker, I have attention to details, I'm a well-organized person, and people also tell me that I'm humble, and then I can speak fluently in English, I can speak in Chinese, in French, and also in Japanese. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Right, that's great. And I want to know what your specialty in the guest relation office.
Alright, so the first one, I can only say that my specialty in guest relation officer is because it is my passion. Because I'm really passionate in serving other people and giving the best service. And also it is, you can see from my previous experiences, I have two of my experience in the same position, which is the same as guest relation officer, and I really enjoy meeting new people. I really love arranging the details and also giving the best service to them, and I really love to see their smile. But I think my specialty in the guest relation officer is because my language proficiency, I can speak in a lot of languages, and I'm sure that I can communicate with them. But definitely my specialty is because of I have a big passion in this department. So that's the reason why I decided to join this company in this department.
Okay. So what makes you interested to join our company?
So first of all, I see that Le Morpho Blue is a big hotel chain which has a very well developed system. I know that this is a good chance for me to gain new experiences and of course purchase lessons. Otherwise, when I found out a vacancy in guest relation officer position, I am so happy, then I enclosed my application right away.
Okay, it sounds great. And what position you were in the previous company, and what's your job basically there?
In my previous job, I was working as a receptionist. I handled the check-in and check-out process, and I also conduct for the estate and room orientation. And then I also ensure all of the service for the guests are very well and very proper.
Okay. Okay, the receptionist. I'm sure that you ever found yourself in a challenging situation, right?
Yes.
And how you solve it?
Alright, so it actually happened back then when in my previous hotel. So it was exactly in July 2018. Back then there was a big group from Australia. They booked all of the room in the hotel and they brought a lot of luggages. And it was actually my first days of my internship and I didn't know what to do. But all I know is that all of the guests must be treated well, and they must be escorted to the room as well as their luggages. So that's because that's all the thing that I can do. I decided to take action and help my staffs, even though they did not tell me what to do. I even conduct the other trainees to finish the job. So finally, all of the things done well, and we have delivered the luggages into the room. All of the guests are happy, and the team were so happy as well.
Okay, so we can solve with great solution.
Yes.
And how you ever made a mistake? And I'm sure you ever did a mistake, but how can you solve it?
Yes, I have ever made a mistake in my previous job as well. So it happened when I have to deliver the departure letter to our guests. So usually in the evening we have it's not a tradition, but it's like a job desk. We have to send all of the departure letter to each of the room of our guests, and it was an unusual evening, and I just delivered a message to a guest, and I knocked the door and I ring the bell, but then suddenly he come up and he looked angry, and he told me, "Didn't you see the do not disturb sign?" And he just point into the do not disturb sign, and I was shocked, and I did not realize about that he actually have put it in the door. So I know that I have done a bad mistake. So what I can only do is I genuinely apologize, and I just said that it won't have to happen again. And at last, I think he finally realized that my genuine apology. So he only said thank you and don't ever do this again.
Okay. So as a teamwork, I'm sorry that you ever have a conflict with your team. How did you solve it?
Alright, the conflict with the team actually happened when the tension is high. It's all about because the occupancy is so high. Yeah, it happened back then. I was angry with one of my colleagues because she keeps asking me about a lot of questions about a lot of jobs when I have a lot of things to handle. And I know that at a time I have to finish all of those things, and I know what she told me is also a part of my responsibility, but I think she just did not know about the condition, and she just did not know about my feeling. So I shouted at her, and she looked like she is so shocked. And after that, I know that I did a mistake, but I just tried to focus on my jobs. I finished all of the things properly, and after everything had done, I went home, and then I texted her a message. I said I'm sorry that I shouted at her, and I really apologize about that. And then at last, she just said, "It's okay. I know that the tension is very high," and I think she also learned from the incident, and everything goes fine, and I can really work with her really nice in the next day.
Okay, good. So that's all about the interview. And do you have a question for me?
Alright, so I would like to know, it is actually about the salary, because I have the specialty for my major in the guest relation officer department, and I also have a diverse language fluency. So maybe I want to know about the expected salary that I will get home, and also maybe will I get a raise for my salary? I think that's all.
Yeah, all right. So I've seen that you really have a dedication in the department that you apply, or I can say in a guest relation officer. I also see that you have a diverse language fluency, in which our hotel is seeking for someone who can speak Chinese and Japanese. Therefore, we can make you a guest relation officer, comes Chinese and Japanese speaker, so we will give a rise for your salary.
Alright, that's really interesting.
So that's all. I hope you can join our company as soon as possible
Yes.
and be a good teamwork. Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you so much, Miss Michelle.